or $1.2 million. And we'll be looking at kind of those three areas I mentioned, with the understanding that in some years over the next 5 years, we do have the ability to move money from one of those three categories a little bit more to another. So if we really have some challenging physical plant needs or roofing needs, we can swell that third of the pie a little bit more that year as needed. So, of course, that will take some ongoing discussions with Thor and Leanne and the board. Working on finalizing the orchestral music program. This is something I shared with the board last month's meeting, working with Beth Scott and Mrs. Living from the Michigan Philharmonic for our 3rd and 4th graders to experience their orchestral music programs. This is a program we did last year as well, and we have professional musicians come in to all of the elementary schools in March and in April. We hit the 3rd grade in March, 4th grade in April, and they present targeted music instruction and demonstrations to the students around lessons that involve sound waves, instrument shape, instrument design, and then in May, the entire 3rd and 4th grade district-wide gets to enjoy a special concert at Prechter Hall at WCCC, which is their culminating activity. In keeping with what the board had asked me to do at the January 9th meeting, I did reach out to Ron. Ron, thanks for being here. And just asked to get an update on, I know, some of the election challenges that we had talked about, and Ron's keeping me apprised of information that he's working on moving forward. I know at the last meeting, the board was interested in me staying in regular contact with Ron and then working as needed with John Cava, in the event we needed to take a look at anything at the district level. In preparation for the district sitting down with TFT to begin looking at calendar options, I did some preliminary work over the last couple weeks with Dan Creswell. We're just looking at calendar options. We know we're operating within the RISA district or RISA-wide calendar, so we pretty much have a defined start date. We have defined common breaks, but the end date is a variable, and so depending on how long or how many half days we have, we still have to get our required 180 student days, and we have to get our minimum of 1,098 student instructional hours. And so we'll be working with our calendar committee there with TFT here in the next little bit. The calendar was a challenge this past year because, as we know, the state changed the rules on professional development days, and then that in conjunction with an additional 5 instructional days really pushed that calendar discussion out a bit. So we're hoping by starting now we'll get that done quite a bit ahead of where we did last time. So that's my update, and I'll kick it over to Mary Ann.
Up to Mr. Zorn, and I'll do the other half. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Williams. I have 2 big items to share, and then I will defer to my colleagues on the School Improvement Leadership Team to address items number 5, 6, and 7 on our agenda with some other exciting news from the Curriculum Office. But first, I'd like to thank Kathy Fields, Barb Kirsch, and Jason Cunningham, all 26M members, for their assistance in cleaning, sorting, and organizing items at the PRC and at the 6th grade academy. Their efforts have saved us truly thousands of dollars, either by repurposing consumables and furniture or discovering items that can be sold since we no longer use them. Kudos to these 3 individuals. Further thanks to Thor and Leanne in their assistance of delivering all of the items from SGA. The school is now bare. Secondly, I'm very excited to share the progress that the Taylor School District English Language Arts Committee and the Taylor School District School Improvement Leadership Team have made in the name of curricular consistency, common vision, common mission, common best practices, and common language. We met on December 21st to introduce 2 possible pilot programs. We quickly realized that we needed to slow down and examine teacher concerns and misgivings regarding a common understanding of a comprehensive language arts program. In order to not rush the process, we rescheduled another full day of committee work that occurred today. The entire day was a tremendous success. The School Improvement Leadership Team worked behind the scenes to prepare a presentation that showcased a comprehensive language arts program that includes reading, writing, speaking, listening, and presenting. We also introduced a few best practice models that included workshop model, accountable talk, and accountable listening. It is understood that a balanced program supports state standards. Mrs. Berkey role-played a typical lesson using a mentor text to support her teaching point. The committee members served as students and participated accordingly. The PowerPoint will be shared with principals and the committee members so they can share it with their colleagues and use it for professional development. The afternoon consisted of a program date whereby the members examined both pilot options and compiled the pros and cons of each. It was decided that the district would pilot Atlas, Rubicon, and Journeys. We've earmarked $20,000 in the 31A budget to supplement the teacher libraries of those who would implement Atlas, Rubicon. The Journeys pilot materials are provided by the company who owns the program. After serious consideration, the committee decided to pilot both programs per TFT contract language. Both Myers and Taylor Parks will be the whole school piloted option. The reason for these two choices are because Myers has Mrs. Berkey to support the Myers teachers, and Diane Downey, principal of Taylor Parks, offered to serve as the instructional leader. To honor the work of the committee members, they are also welcome to pilot one of the two programs in their buildings. The feedback from teachers is that they were excited to have commonalities at all levels. As long as I'm in this seat, I will commit to honoring teacher voice and choice and follow up with the appropriate training and professional development required to meet the curricular requirements. I'd like to publicly honor the individuals who worked very hard to achieve this process. From the School Improvement Leadership Team, we have Liz Biddle, Kim Berkey, Tracy Carroll, Kim Curry, and Kim Nagy. From our TFT executive, and I cannot underline enough that I am so appreciative that they were able to come and support us, Linda Moore and Terry Devlin. And from the schools, we have Diane Downey, Kathy King, Deborah Bordeaux, Angel Thomas, Julie Peterson, Jessica Fessler, Renee Dale, Karen Cermak, Cheryl Cunningham, Dana Bailey, Becky Park, Stacy Hall, Linda Gordon, Tamara Jackson, Susan Sweet, Kimberly Mayo, Sunshine Hernandez, Stacy Scarpacey, Jennifer Woolney, Nanette Kuhn, Sherry Hutchinson, and last but not least, Kelly Matroka. It was quite a day, and everyone achieved a great deal.
Good work, very nice.
Thank you very much.
And then, I just want to say I love the detail you guys go in your superintendent and assistant superintendent reports. That's awesome. Thank you guys.
Motion from Ms. Sweeney.
Support.
Motion from Ms. Sweeney, supported by Mr. Doug Myers. Any further discussion? Thank you as always for great updates. All in favor of accepting, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes 6-0. Next item, please.
4.01 committee report.
Anybody have any committee report to present?
We did have a finance committee today, and just wanted to touch on the highlights. We went over, there was the state and federal presentation, which is also on the agenda for the main board, so that'll be with the Title I amendment. We went over the sale of some old phone equipment. We talked about facility updates with Kennedy and Truman and different items for that. I think that we touched on it. We talked about some of the items from the administrative review and additional items that the committee would like us to review as we move forward. And I believe that's about it.
The next meeting is when, please?
Oh, I'm sorry, and the next meeting is February 13th at 4:30. And I'll have copies of the packets for the rest of the board members that did not attend.
Any other committee reports?
Motion. Support.
We have a motion by Ms. Sweeney and support by Ms. Lacados to accept the report as presented. Any further discussion? All in favor of accepting as presented, say aye.
Aye.